about range and domain. Range and domain. Range and domain. I probably should have wrote them in the other order. Because we usually talk about domain before range. Can I get it to move? Can I get it to move? Probably not. It's just not working out. There we go. Domain are the possible x values, or what x is, and the range are the y values. So if you're doing a table of x and y, like when you're graphing something, the x number is 1, 3, 2, 6. The x is the domain, and the y is the range. Now, when you talk about a graph, you are sometimes asked to give the domain and the range. And the first way we're going to do it is with, what do they say, inequalities? Represent a problem that continues to graph the domain, which is probably this is not interval notation. Now here, the best way I think I can explain this to you is to think about this. When you give the domain and the range, think about drawing a box around, a rectangular box around all the parts that gives you. For example, the domain is, you put your little x here. It's like a compound inequality. What are all the x values? Well, x, here's your x-axis. It starts right here. What is my x value at this point right here? -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. I believe it's -7, is it not? This point right here, -7 on the x-axis. It is a colored in dot, so when you do this little thing here, it has to have the equal sign under it because it can equal -7. And then x goes all the way to this side over here to +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is also x is less than, not equal because it's an open circle. And usually if you look at the little sheet that I gave you where this example is, you put that little brace there. The domain equals this. Those are all the values that x is from here to here. It is the across numbers. The range, boys and girls and kids of all ages, is the top to bottom. What's the smallest it can be? Right here at -1, 2, 3. It goes from -3 to what? +2. And that's the y values. It can equal the -3, but it can't equal the +2. So there you have stated your domain and your range. And that's all it is. You're just giving the possible values that you could have for that given line. To which you're going to say, show us more, give us more. What if it gets harder? Because not always do you get the examples there. Oh, look what's different here, Keith. There's an arrow here. Okay, if I'm drawing my little rectangle around this one, yes, it starts right here. And yes, it starts right here going up. Okay, but you cannot finish the rectangle. Why? Because given enough time, this thing is going to go up forever and go out forever. Okay, how would I show that using domain and range? Well, the x still starts right here, right? And it goes on forever in the right direction. How would you say that with an inequality? Yes, you could look at your paper and see what it says. If it has a beginning but no end, you just say x is greater than, I guess it could be equal to, or equal to 0, right? It's any number that is greater than or equal to 0, and it goes forever in that direction. What are the y values? Well, where does it start on the y-axis? And it goes forever up too, because given enough time, this thing just keeps climbing and climbing. It never stops climbing. So the range is also y is greater than or equal to 0. Does it say greater than? Did I get that? Is that on the back side, the second page of this? Is there equal to there? I didn't know because there's not a dot there. Could we call it equal to? Got that? How about this one? It's my favorite one of all time. Again, if you're drawing your little box here, really the only thing you can draw is this starting point right here, the bottom of it, because these arrows mean that as you continue on, this is going to go up forever and out forever. Up forever and out forever. If you were asking what could the possible x values be, where does it start with the x? Where does it end with the x? Jaden?
Well, would start at 0, 0.
No, here's 0. Obviously starts over farther than that. It goes forever on the x-axis this way and that way. Which means when you write this out, x would be all numbers, or as the book says, probably all real numbers, or I think they also do this little thing here. All real numbers. X will be any number, because it goes forever left and right. Now it doesn't go forever up and down. Y does have a starting point, does it not? It starts right here, and it goes forever up. How did we show that on the last one? Y is Riley. Yeah, y is greater than or equal to 0. It starts at 0 and goes forever that way. This gets a little easier as you go along. Hence the reason why I have this for you. And you may, we'll do the first couple here together, because I know you're slightly confused and frustrated. Some of you are angry like yourself. Especially after watching that last video. Do that next one there. It might. I think if I were you, I'd rip these apart. I don't think it's going to do you any favors by having them stuck together. Because what you are to do with this handy dandy little worksheet is I did. Have I got one? I put the first one kind of up here. Here's probably your best way to go about this. What you are doing is this. There's letter A. They ask you a whole bunch of things here. First of all, you want to know the domain, you want to know the range, and it asks you if it's a function. Quick little review here. How do I know if that's a function? Anybody go to Twice Brianna? Remember what the rule for functions is when you look at graphs? This is a good review. Anybody remember? It's simple. Easiest thing in history. Brooklyn, you did it. I saw the action. What's the function test? It's called the vertical line test. So you look at this thing here, and you think, if I draw a whole bunch of vertical lines through this, does it cross that vertical line in any place more than once? So the answer is no, this one it doesn't. So this is, yes, a function. So that's your first thought. Secondly, you want to think about what is the domain and the range on this one. And you look at this one again. Think about drawing your little rectangular box. What is my domain and my range if I box that bad boy in? What are my possible x values? Where does it start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. +6. That's my domain. What is my range? Starts at 0, goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it can be equal to those. So here's what you got to do. Once you figure this out, you got to put that letter A in for whichever box matches that you get those for. Which one?
5.
Number what?
5.
Number 5. Yeah. So for 5, you put the letter A. Are you with me on that? For B, yes, this is a function again. Is this one a function? No, because if you draw that vertical line here, it has a whole bunch of points on it. So yes, it's a function. What is its domain? Starts here, goes all the way to there for the x-axis. What's its range? Starts here, goes all the way up there. See if you could, what letter do you get letter B to be? I'm tired of talking. Did you get it? Is it done? See if you can get it. Now here's where you're trying. Here's the x values. X goes all the way up. X goes from here to there. Y goes from here to there. Write those down, domain range and range wise, and see if you can't figure out which letter. I believe it only fits the one page. The first page is 1 through 12, and the second page is the other ones. Yes, yes. Graph A through L for one page. Why don't you give everybody else a chance? Do we get it? Raise your hand if you think you have it. Raise your hand if you have no idea. Really? Wait, tell me, do you not understand the boxing thing? This is the farthest left the thing goes, so I draw a straight up line here. This is the farthest right, so I draw a straight up. This is the farthest down it goes, so I go across. This is the farthest up it goes. X, here's my x-axis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Starts here at -7 for x, goes all the way to here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my x values. This is a colored in dot, so it's equal. This is an open one, so it's not equal. So that is my domain. Range is the same thing, except you're going down and up. Here's the bottom, which crosses the y-axis at -3. Here's the top, which crosses the y-axis at 1. Those are my y values. Goes from equals there to not equals there. So there's my range. So hopefully somewhere on that thing there's a -7 to 5 and a -3 to 1.
10.
Which one?
10. Yeah.
Number 10 fits that one bill there. C gets a little goofy, but it's not that hard. It's a really skinny box if you're drawing a box. What would be its domain? The domain's simple because there's only one x value that it is. It is right there at 1, 2, 3. Domain would have to be -5. That's your only option because x doesn't change. Y does change. It has a bottom and a top. Y would have to go from, what's this bottom one? -2 up to +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -2, -2 to 6. That's my y. And it's not a function. And you hope that's one of your choices. Aubrey is like looking like I just spoke some sort of non-English sort of thing. If it says all real numbers, that means it has no beginning and no end. It incorporates everything. So you may proceed. If you still need help, I am going to